Bradley Barcola, 100 million to Liverpool. After last night, the bomb from David Ornstein and Liverpool failing to sign Yan Diamande, where do Liverpool go from here? There is a catch from Bradley Barcola, so stay tuned to find out what it is. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to All Red TV as I dig deep into the 100 million possible transfer of Bradley Barcola after Liverpool and 6 weeks negotiations and talks with Yan Diamande's agent, and suddenly Liverpool's number one target is heading for destinations elsewhere. So, my question to you guys is simply this: how are you feeling after that bomb last night at 7:30 from David Ornstein? Yep, he dropped the big bomb. Yan Diamande has told his agent that he wants to go to PSG. Liverpool Football Club, as I do this stream tonight, have not been informed of his decision yet. Now, how are you feeling, guys? Are you disappointed? Are you not bothered? Or are you fuming? Myself, I never believed that this transfer was going to take place. Why? I'm going to tell you that in this stream tonight. But let's get to it, guys, because this has been breaking all day. As it's well documented, the transfer window is open and the rumour mills are circling full tilt. But everybody's circling, and whoever Liverpool are targeting, other clubs will be coming in for those players as well. Rest assured, right? Bradley Barcola, as we have been linked with. Arsenal are also keeping tabs on the situation. So they'll be circling for sure. But where do Liverpool go now after 6 weeks' talks and Richard Hughes failing to get Liverpool's number one target over the line? We've been here before. I've seen this film before. You've seen this film before. Remember last season? Zubamendi decided to stay at Real Sociedad. Arsenal come calling. And what does he do? Signs for Arsenal. Casero turned Liverpool down and went to Chelsea. And then we had the first with Mark Gay, who had his medical, was ready to sign for Liverpool, and Steve Parrish and Mr. Glasner pulled the plug at the 11th hour, and Mark Gay ended up at Man City. So yes, we've had our fingers burned, and this one stings. Yes, it does sting. But as I said on my TikTok earlier this morning, Liverpool have got to move on from this, and they've got to move very, very quick. There's no good crying over spilt milk and dragging your feet. Get a move on. Diamandi's gone. The deal is dead. Crack on to your next target. And the next target is, Bradley Barcola. But I'm going to come onto him later on in the stream. But before I do, good evening and welcome to each and every one of you. And I hope you enjoy the channel and what we've done up to date. And if you are, thank you very much indeed. I would also like to basically invite you to scan the QR code. If you've not got it on my TikTok, scan the QR code so you can subscribe to the channel. That'll make things a lot easier for you guys there. So I'll leave that there for a couple of minutes so you can scan that and subscribe. We are currently at 300, and I've set you a challenge out there, guys, and the challenge is simply this. The project pre-season 1,000 subscribers is underway. If we get to 1,000 subscribers by pre-season, one of you will win out of my own personal collection of over 200 football shirts one of my jerseys, and they're all stellar jerseys. So that will only happen if we hit 1,000 subscribers and 400 watch hours. So thank you for that, guys, and let's get straight back into it. So Liverpool basically licking the wounds again because we dragging our heels and we're not doing what we should be doing. For 6 weeks now, the media have been saying Liverpool are going to sign Yan Diamande. All right, we've heard it all day, every day for the last 6 weeks. Every Liverpool fan channel has been saying the same thing. It's not a matter of when, it's just or if. It's just a matter of when. And I was thinking, well, okay, that's what everybody's thinking, but my opinions are slightly different. I don't believe we'll ever get any transfer over the line until I see them in a Liverpool shirt and it's signed and sealed. Then anything can absolutely happen, and that's exactly what's happened last night. But I honestly believe that Liverpool Football Club have been played here. They've been played by the agent and they've been played by Yan Diamandi. I think it's disrespectful and it's disgusting. And does it hurt? Yes, it does. But I think some serious questions, guys, have got to be asked about two guys in particular now. Richard Hughes and Michael Edwards. What is going on behind the scenes and why, after 6 weeks, when they said he's their top priority, have they failed to get it done? Now, let's not forget, guys, Mo Salah, yes, he left at the end of the season, but Liverpool have had 2 years to get the replacement for Mo Salah through the doors at Liverpool. So 2 years down the line, and after 6 weeks negotiations, why have they not found the replacement for Mo Salah? It doesn't bode well and it doesn't look good. And yeah, Liverpool have been left with egg on their faces. And it's embarrassing. Of course it is. The only people who are not disappointed that this transfer hasn't come to fruition are fans of other clubs. Mainly Man United fans. And I've already watched 2 of them this morning. Because I do watch other channels. Not only Liverpool channels, but I do watch other fan channels to gauge their response to this. And I've also gauged Liverpool fan channels' responses. Other ones, right? Anfield Index to name one. Anfield Agenda, another one. Right? And their responses are both different. And they're valid for different reasons. And mine is also different to theirs. But I do agree with what they're saying. Liverpool should have a backup plan. So is this plan B? Because plan A has not worked. But did you honestly think that Liverpool had seriously put all their eggs in one basket over Yan Diamandi? I don't think they did. Now, obviously, we know who the next target is, and I'm going to come into him later on. But Liverpool, let's not beat about the bush here. Liverpool have got other targets, right? And the other targets who they've got, I'm going to bring them up on screen for you, and you can let me know what you think. So get your comments in and let me know. And when you do comment, can you please be respectful? Because I am getting some snarly comments, and I don't need it. I'm not a nasty person, but if I keep getting the comments that I'm getting, don't poke the bear, because I will let you know what I think. And if you, and I'm not bothered whether you like it or not, but all I'm saying to you is, please be courteous and respectful. I'm not asking much, and I'll leave that there. But let's get on to the guys who Liverpool are bringing in or targeting. Simple as this. Right now, after the Yan Diamandi transfer fell through last night, around about 10 o'clock, this suddenly broke on social media. Exclusive bombshell from Indy Kelly. Liverpool in secret talks to snatch Bradley Barcola and Ryan in a jaw-dropping double transfer. They knew days ago Yan Diamandi was a no-go and slammed the brakes on paying over the odds. So, guys, what do you think? What do you agree? What are your thoughts on that? Would that be a good double deal? No, Ryan's only 19 years old. He plays on the right wing. Yes, he does. And he's left-footed. But he's 19 years old, and Bournemouth are going to want 100 million for him. Now, the thing is, Yan Diamandi's 19 years old. Now, would you sign him from Bournemouth for 100 million? I'm sorry. No. I'd wait a year and then go back. Now, obviously, the Barcola one, he's the main target. But we've also been linked with this fella today as well. Now, apparently, Liverpool are closely monitoring Eduardo Camavinga, 23 from Real Madrid. Now, Real Madrid are open to the sale, with the midfielder valued at 60 million euros. And Liverpool, according to reports from Spain, are keeping an eye on the situation. So, what are your thoughts on that one, guys? Would you welcome Camavinga to Liverpool? Do you think he's what we need? I certainly think that Liverpool are lacking attacking threat, and we definitely need a right winger 100%. But who's going to fill that void? who's going to fill the right wing slot and who's going to wear the number 11 shirt. And that's another thing I'll update you on as we go along tonight. Also, these are the 4 options that Liverpool are looking at since Yan Diomande failed to materialise. So what are your thoughts, guys? Obviously, the number 2 target, Bradley Barcola. We've got Ryan, as I've just said, and then we've got Said El Malia, who I can't believe he's not in the Germany squad, considering the season he had last year in the Bundesliga. Right, he's 19 years old. He's absolutely rapid, and he reminds me of Diego Jota when he played for Wolves. He never ever gives in. I can't believe that Leroy Sané for Germany is getting in over that fella. Right, and then we've got obviously Mateus Fernandez Pardo. Now, I think that's a step down from what we're targeting, but Andoni Iraola, he's extremely good at getting the best out of young talent. So if you look at the players that we're targeting, they're all very quick, they're all very strong, and they work like Trojans. So you can see which way Liverpool are going this season, and I'm really excited about it. Right, but guys, you let me know what you think about the players I've just posted up there now. Are you happy with that selection of the 4? Would you welcome Camavinga into Liverpool? And do you think that Barcola and the Ryan are double litter? Do you think that's money well spent? Also, we're looking at players coming in and how much Liverpool are going to spend. Now, the new manager, Andoni Iraola, has been told by the club that he will have a sizable chunk of money to spend. That's fine. Might not be the same amount as last season, but he is going to get a fair whack to spend. But also, the biggest talking point, and a lot of angry fans, is why Yan Diomande is not turning up at Liverpool. And I've just already touched on it. I think Liverpool have been played 110%. We've been made to look like mugs. Again, is it annoying? Yes, it is. But let's be honest, guys. Do you honestly think that every club in this transfer window is going to get their number 1 target through the door? No, they're not. That's why they've got options, and that's why they have a backup plan. Liverpool have done the data, and the thing is, there's one particular journo, and he's the main man who everybody goes to. He's the go-to man. Now, I said it over 2 weeks ago on a stream, and I did a video on it 7 weeks ago. Right, I did it, and it was on Bradley Barcola, and I went Bradley Barcola to Anfield. What's happened now? Every single channel's running with it. But I said it over a week ago. Now, Fabrizio Romano has been saying for the last 2 months that Bradley Barcola will leave PSG. Now, he's 75% convinced that he's going to go to Liverpool. That's a hell of a percentage to be convinced on. So I think Fabrizio Romano is more privy to things behind the scenes at PSG than what we're actually aware of. So maybe something's already in the pipeline. We don't know, do we? But how much is Bradley Barcola worth? Do you think Liverpool should drop the 100 million bomb again? And possibly be left with egg on their faces yet again? No. Bradley Barcola's not a right winger, is he? He plays on the left. And he can play across the front 3. So it's a great option to have. Now, let's not forget, we've just signed young Victor Nunes from under Newcastle's noses, and he can play on both flanks, but we still need an out-and-out right winger. And we are very, very lightweight in the attack area. So, where do Liverpool prioritise in this transfer window? The priority has to be the replacement for Mo Salah. And the best one out there at this moment in time was Yan Diomande, but he's chosen to go elsewhere. So where do Liverpool go from here? And who do you bring in as backup? You're going to need 2 players to play on that right flank, because if we're playing over 60 games a season again, there's no way that player is going to be able to play 60 on his own. You're going to have to rotate. That's for sure, right? I think there is a link to this Bradley Barcola one, but I'm not going to drop the bomb yet because it's too early. I think something else has got to give before that one happens. Now, I've also been reading this morning, and it's growing, that there's two players at Liverpool who've been linked with moves away. Now, one of them has been in the news for the last couple of days, and that's no other than Curtis Jones. Now, Arsenal were interested in him, but this morning it's come to fruition that Nottingham Forest are interested in signing Curtis Jones. Now, I've said for £40 million, I'd drive him to London myself. I'd even drive him to Nottingham for 40 million. Why? I don't rate him. Never have, never will. Yes, he's the scouser in our team. Of course he is. But he's a championship player at best. For me, he really is. And Nottingham Forest would be a great fit for him. He'd do well there. Of course he would. Right? Why would he want to go to Arsenal? He's only going to do at Arsenal what he's doing at Liverpool. Sitting on his ass, warming a bench. He ain't going to get in Arsenal's first 11. They've got the best squad in the Premier League. So let's not beat about the bush here. Let's not be delusional. Curtis Jones ain't good enough for any of the top 6 teams. Nottingham Forest, yeah, great. Aston Villa, possible. But I think Liverpool should get rid. Or would you be happy if Curtis Jones stayed at Liverpool next season and then did what Andy Robertson's done, what Mo Salah's done, and leave on a free transfer? Would you be happy with that again? Liverpool have lost 9 players for no money over the last few seasons. This has got to stop. It seriously has. Right? Now, also, we've got 2 other guys who are at the World Cup, and they're absolute legends, both of them. And Brazil have just beat Japan in stoppage time 2-1, and they were losing 1-0. So Alisson Becker is in the last year of his contract, right? So would you offer him a new contract now for next season and keep him for 2 years to give you an extra 12 months to find his number one replacement? Or would you let him leave on a free? And would you do the same with the club captain, Virgil van Dijk? Would you let him walk away on a free? Or would you tie him down for another 12 months if he wanted to stay? I'd offer them both another 12 months, to be honest with you, because we've not found the successor to Virgil van Dijk yet, and the successor for me has done his ligaments for Germany in the World Cup, his ankle ligaments. That's Nico Slotterbeck. He was my prime target to replace Virgil, and it doesn't look like that's going to materialise now, unfortunately for him and for us. But that's 2 different situations again. Now, another player who's been linked with the move away today is Harvey Elliott, who's just come back from an horrendous 12 months at Aston Villa. Because if he played, Aston Villa would have to pay the fee of 35 million for his services permanently. And Villa didn't want to do that. So now, it's come out this afternoon that Crystal Palace are looking at Harvey Elliott. Would you sell Harvey Elliott to Crystal Palace? Or would you keep him? For me, 35 million, I'd drive him to London tomorrow. Not an issue. I'd take the money and I'd invest it wisely. And also what I would do is, while I was there, driving Harvey Elliott to Crystal Palace and collecting the nice cheque of 35 million from them, I'd also be making a deal for Adam Wharton. But I don't think he's worth 100 million. That's another player we're linked with. And he's not going away. But just because nothing's moving on Adam Wharton, don't think Liverpool are not interested, because they are. Right? There's 2 other, that's one midfielder we're linked with. But he's not worth 100 million. Let's have it right. No, because Elliot Anderson has just signed for Manchester City for £116 million, no add-ons, just 116 million. The transfer window is going to go absolutely crazy now. It's going to go bonkers. You know that, and I know that. But as they say in Russia, the price is the price. If you ain't going to pay it, see ya. Not interested. Now, I've said all along, I'd take 70 million for Cody Gakpo. I'd take 40 million for Curtis Jones. Them's your starting prices. If you start talking to me at those prices, we'll do business. If not, see you later, guys. But Harvey Elliott, he'd be a good fit at Crystal Palace. And I'm nothing against the guy. He's a good young lad and he's a talented footballer. He's just not had any luck at Liverpool. I think he's better than Curtis Jones for me. But there are a lot of faces going to be leaving, that's for sure. Wataru Endo, he'll be exiting the club. And one of my favourites, Federico Chiesa, he'll be leaving as well. Now, we only signed Chiesa for 10 million, but if you was Andoni Iraola, would you give Chiesa a chance? Or would you send him packing back to the Serie A? I'd give Chiesa a chance. And if you look how lightweight we are and where he can play, on the left, on the right, across the front three, why not keep him? He's a great option to have. Yes, he's had a rough 12 months, but so's Florian Wirtz. He's not pulled any trees up. Alexander Isak, we paid 135 million for him. Look what he's done for the last 12 months. He's been out injured. Now people are expecting great things of him. You go to TK's out till what? Christmas at least? So we can't just keep letting players leave and start mourning when the season starts with no squad. Who do you blame for that? Do you blame the outgoing manager what's just gone? Because he only wanted a squad of 19, don't forget. He didn't want a squad of 25 like Jurgen used to have. He wanted a squad of 19. But don't forget, we've also got a fantastic academy. We've got some great players, right? Trainione could be a season this year, couldn't it? Rightly so, right? You've got the young 15-year-old who we've just signed, Ibe. He's another one, another cab off the rank. Yeah, he's 15, so he's a little bit too young yet, a bit too raw. But when he's turning 50 grand a week down from City, Chelsea and United, that kid has something about him. So he's definitely one to watch. So let's not panic. Let's just stay calm and accept the fact Liverpool now are making moves and they're moving fast. And I can tell you, they are moving on Barcola, right? So Bradley Barcola is in the wind. Things are happening. But here's my question, guys. On Bradley Barcola, do you think it's going to be an easy deal to get over the line? Or do you think PSG are going to do what Red Bull Leipzig have done? Are they going to keep upping the transfer fee every stellar game he has for France in the World Cup? He's a talented player, that's for sure. But let's not be silly here. Let's not be stupid. We're Liverpool Football Club, and Richard Hughes has got to grow a pair of bollocks here and say, listen, stop pissing us about. We've made you an offer, right? We feel it's fair, right? You either accept it or we're walking away. No messing about. We offered 115 million for Jan Diamandi, and Red Bull Leipzig turned it down. Now, from what I've researched and found out this afternoon, for this tonight, Paris Saint-Germain are going to pay less than what Liverpool have offered, and the deal's going to get done. So now, how do you feel about that? That's a kick in the balls, isn't it? Too right it is. Do you know what my honest opinion is? You might not agree, but I'm going to shoot it to you straight. I don't think Red Bull Leipzig had any intention of selling Jan Diamandi to Liverpool at all. They just used Liverpool as a stepping stone until PSG came in. That's my opinion. And if I'm proved wrong, I'll hold my hands up and I'll say, yeah, I was wrong. But I don't think I'm going to be wrong on this. I just think we've been used again. And it's got to stop. We need to appoint somebody who's bloody good at the job, gets the job done, stops pissing about like Richard Hughes does and Michael Edwards. Because Richard Hughes, and you've got to ask the question, guys, because it's come out again. Now, apparently, after this transfer window, Mr. Hughes, or as another person on another fan channel called him, after he signed Isak, Etatike, Florian Wirtz, called him Big Moves Hughes. I'm not going to mention his name because he doesn't need it. He's popular enough, right? He's going to be leaving at the end of this transfer window and going to Saudi Arabia. Apparently, everything's agreed to Al Al. So how do you feel about that? Your CEO or your sporting director is going to be leaving the club after this transfer window for the what? Well, you can't count too many noughts on that check. But let's just say he'll be comfortable for the rest of his life. So we need to get somebody in who's actually does what it says on the fucking tin and not pisses about. This is Liverpool Football Club you're representing. You were the blazer, you got the liver bird on your chest, you stick your chest out, you grow a pair of balls, and when you go into a meeting to sign a player, you put your business card on the table, and it's a different kind of bloody knock. We're not Real Madrid, we're Liverpool FC. The biggest team in England, the most successful club in England, and you're treating us like that over Yandy Mandy. No, thank you. I think we need to grow up and fast, and we need to move fast now. Now, and I've said earlier on at the start of this stream tonight, there is a link to the Bradley Barcola deal, and the link I think is this: Liverpool will sell Bradley. Liverpool will sign Bradley Barcola on the proviso. This is just my thoughts, and I might be wrong. I think we'll sign him on the proviso if Liverpool sell Cody Gakpo to Spurs. Bradley Barcola's coming in. If Liverpool don't sell Cody Gakpo, I don't think we'll sign Barcola. But I could be wrong. So don't, and if I am, fair enough. But I think Cody Gakpo, he could be the key to all this. So it's going to be an interesting 2 weeks, that's for sure. But I've shared my thoughts on it, guys, and I've told you who we're going for, and I've shown you the photos on stream tonight. What are your thoughts on this? What should Liverpool's priority be now? Are you panicking? Are you calm? Or are you absolutely fuming? Because from what I've seen today, the Liverpool fan base isn't happy at all. But you've just got to stay calm. Jurgen didn't get everybody he wanted, did he? Jurgen didn't flap. He didn't panic. But what are your thoughts? Do you think we'll get Barcola through the door? And then if we do, who do we target then? Do you target the midfield? Do you go for Arden Wharton? What about Alex Scott from Bournemouth? Now, they want 80 million for him. Is he worth 80 million? I don't know. But if that's what Bournemouth are asking, it's only the same as Liverpool asking 40 million for Curtis Jones. Alex Scott's better than Curtis Jones. Of course he is. But is he worth twice the fee? So, if Bournemouth are asking 100 million for Ryan and 80 million for Alex Scott, they're going to have a fair bit of money to spend, aren't they? Because don't forget, guys, your top three from last season, they're all going to be very, very busy, aren't they? Arsenal, City, who have just unveiled the new manager this afternoon, Mr. Maresca. So does he frighten you? Like Pep did? He doesn't scare me. I think he'll do well to last 18 months, to be honest with you. And then you've got the champions of England, Arsenal and Arteta. So whoever we're targeting, you can rest assured that they will be looking at them as well. So let's be honest, guys. I'm confident in who we've got as our manager now. With the players that we're targeting, who are all strong, they're all quick, and they all press, and they're absolute monsters. I don't think any club's going to be looking forward to facing Liverpool next season, to be honest with you. And I've said it on my channel time and time again. Now, before I go any further, please hit the like button and subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss anything, because I don't want you to miss anything, because if I'm missing out, then so are you, and that hurts, right? The crazy thing is, guys, in the last 2 weeks, right, I did a transfer update on my TikTok, right? And it's grown to 1,400 followers now. Now on here, I've just touched 300. So why have I got more followers on TikTok than what I've got on here? Bit weird though, isn't it? And they're all Liverpool fans on TikTok. But they're only small videos. But it takes time. And it takes me all day to research everything what I'm doing for this tonight. And it ain't easy. But I'm loving it because I know you guys are watching it. And you want what I want. You want information. You want data. You want names. Who's coming in? When are they coming in? When's it going to get done? Has he had his medical? Put it this way, guys, the World Cup's going on and all the medicals are going to be done in America. So there's no problem there. It's just about Liverpool and Richard Hughes stumping up the cash, getting his checkbook out and saying, right, okay, how much? Right, there you go, bang, see you later, no problem. Because are you telling me, can you honestly look me in the eye and tell me we're not a big attraction? We're not a big club. Yeah, we had a shit season last year. Of course we did. The players were at fault. Of course they were. But so was the coach. All that's changed now. The slate's wiped clean. So we're going again. And I think everybody in the Premier League should be fucking scared now. Because Virgil van Dijk, Alisson Becker, and the rest of the lads what are there have got a point to prove now. I don't like seeing Liverpool lose. There's nothing worse. But these lads have got a point to prove now. So when they come back for the new season, they will do. Make no bones about it. And the new lads who are coming in, surely it's going to be exciting. I think under Iraola, we're going to see the best of Florian Wirtz. I can't wait to see him play under this fella. Because he's going to play him in the right position and he's got to build the team around him. But I'll ask you the question again, guys, and get your comments in. Who would you sign for the right-hand side to take place of Mo Salah now? Now, don't forget, cast your mind back to when we signed him from Roma. He wasn't Jurgen Klopp's first choice. He was his second choice. Because Jurgen's first choice didn't get done. They couldn't sign him. So he's number two. The guys who did all the data and all the research went to Jurgen Klopp and said, hang on a minute, Jurgen, this is the guy you should be signing. He's at Roma. He flopped at Chelsea. He didn't get a chance. So they went and signed him for 34 million. Look what he did over the last 9 years. He's an absolute legend. He's a god. So it just goes to prove that just because you don't get your number one target doesn't mean you failed and you're a flop, because your second choice could be even better. So that's my question to you all out there. Who should Liverpool's second option be to play on that right-hand side? They've not got Yan Diomande. So who's the next best option on the rank? Who do you think it is? Who would you go for? If you was in charge now and you was the one spending the money, who would you sign? Now, because it's not our money, doesn't really bother you, does it? All you want to see is a new player through the doors. It's like a kid with a shiny new toy. They love playing with it, right? So I'm asking you to your face now, who would you sign as Liverpool's new right winger to start in the Premier League away at Newcastle 26-27? Who's your number one choice? Can you name anybody? Is it Ryan from Bournemouth, 100 million? It's a good question. It's a fair question. Everybody's got their own opinions, and I respect every single one of them, because the good thing is, yes, it's a debate and it's a conversation, but every single answer is different. Not every one of us knows the perfect answer, because if we all did, we wouldn't be sat here, would we? And the thing is, this is not Championship Manager we're playing. This is not on a computer. This is the real deal, because we've got to bring people in who's going to knock Lego head off top of the league next season. Because, yeah, I know we were shite last year. Of course we were. But I tell you what, they're the most boring Premier League champions I've ever seen in 60 years of watching football. Right? And the Premier League only started in 1992. Of course it did. But I've been going to Anfield since I was 4 years old. I've seen some shite and I've seen some brilliant players. Right? But then in London, no, come on. Let's have it right, guys. Let's have it right. Are you telling me we can't knock them? We can't take that back from them? Of course we can. Of course we can. We've had a bad 12 months like Bayern Munich did. Look at their bounce back. They didn't pull it. They didn't pull any punches, did they? Nah. So we've got to do exactly the same. I've always said, when you sign a Liverpool player, he's got to be a Liverpool type player, and that's what we've not been doing. That's what we've got to get back to. And if you're not excited about pulling that red jersey on with that liver bird on your chest and walking out in front of 64,000 at Anfield There's something wrong with you. You don't belong in football. How many kids at the academy or play from under 8s up to the under 21s? How many of them you think will make the grade at Liverpool? How many of them want to do what Steven Gerrard and Michael Owen did and Robbie Fowler and Curtis Jones? Yes, all local lads. How many of them want to do what they did, emulate what they did, walk out, touch that sign, walk down that tunnel onto that pitch? It's every kid's dream. So I think, yeah, I'm not panicking over this just because we've not got Yandy Mount in. The world's not ended. It's not fell apart. Yeah, I'm disappointed, but I never expected it to happen. This was never going to. It was Richard Hughes was never going to get this fellow over the line. He's been strung along. Richard Hughes. He's had done to him what Ibu Kanate has done to the fan base for 2 years. Ibu Kanate strung us along for 2 years, talking for 2 years over a new contract. And where's he gone? Real Madrid. And we've been linked with a move from a former Liverpool player who went to Real Madrid. Would we take him back? A right back he is, apparently. Somebody called Trent Alexander-Arnold. Would you take him back? No. Once you've done, you're done. You don't come back. Now he's linked with a move to America. See you later, Trent. Good luck. No, he couldn't defend anyhow. Great attacker, but he couldn't defend. And if he were that good, why is he not at the World Cup? So there you go. The grass is not green, always green on the other side, is it, guys? Let's be honest. So who's Liverpool's starting 11 next season? We need a midfield which is going to scare the living daylights out of the Premier League. I'd sign Adam Wharton, no doubt about it. Wouldn't pay 100 million. I think you could get him for 60 to 80. I honestly do. 80 million, they're not going to turn that down. Adam Wharton, get him in, right? Young guy plays for Morocco, right? Boadi, get him in straight away. No fluffing and cuffing. No tripping up over walking on eggshells. None of that bollocks. Get it done. Get Boadi in now, right? You can leave your right winger because Arsenal's sniffing around this geezer. So go and get Boadi in now. That is if that's not a signal of intent, then I don't know what is. Get Boadi in, then address your right wing, right? And if it's Ryan, okay, fair enough. Don't forget you got Federico Chiesa. He's not going to let you down, is he? Never does. So keep Chiesa there. Don't let him go back to Italy. Keep Chiesa. Get Boadi in. Sort your right wing out. Right? Your left wing, you've got young Gamoa. You've got young Victor who you've just signed. He can play on the left. So, okay. Do the right thing. Get 70 million for Cody Gakpo. Right? Get 70 million for Cody Gakpo. Then have a look at your options again. I still think we need a striker. I honestly do. But I'm being truthful with you guys. I'm not taking the piss or anything like that. I've tried for the last 2 weeks. I can't think of a top class striker we can sign until Etatike is fit. Because I've just got this awful feeling about Isak and his shredded weak hamstrings. He's 6 stone wet through. Yeah, he's playing all right for Sweden, but it's Sweden. There's a difference between them and Liverpool Football Club. It's a different kettle of fish. It's different gravy. It's different gravy. So we need somebody else. And I'm not subscribing to bring Darwin Núñez back. I'm sorry. He couldn't get in a brothel with a fiver in his ear. Darwin Núñez. No, Captain Chaos. No, he was garbage. Absolute garbage. And we've had some shite number 9s, but come on. Let's have it right, guys. Let's call a spade, and that's what I'm going to do. So we need a top class striker, and I can't think of one. I really can't. So we need a right winger. So it's either Ryan from Bournemouth, right? You've got young Victor who can play on the right, and he presses and he presses like a beast. The young lad who we've just signed from Osasuna, right? He presses like an absolute beast. I'm not joking. He's frightening, right? Then you've got your left hand side. But what about your midfield, right? Adam Wharton, yes. Boadi, yes. Right. So here's my next question to you guys. Would you sell Alexis McAllister, or would you keep him? Because I think his legs have gone in the Premier League. He's not got the pace from anymore. Unfortunately, he's just not got it anymore. So you need to replace Maka, right? So who's taking his shop? Right? You've got Dominic Szoboszlai. He'd be my vice captain for me. A lot of people don't agree, but he'd be vice captain for me. So you've got Boadi, Adam Wharton. You need somebody else now, don't you? Right. Here's another name that's come back again today. It's been circulating around Liverpool a while, this. I'm going to give you two more names here, and they both play for the same club. Right winger. Right. What about Somerville from West Ham? Could he do a job for you? I don't think it's anything to be sniffed. I wouldn't turn my nose up at him. I rate him. I rated him when he was at Leeds United, and I rated him at West Ham. It's just a shame he was playing for a club which were going down. And staying with West Ham United, Gerard Bowen. His leadership material, yes, he's captain of West Ham, but you need that leadership group back because that's been torn apart now. So we need that leadership group back as well. So would you sooner see Gerard Bowen in the red shirt of Liverpool or the blue shirt of Everton? Would you sooner see him sticking one in from 30 yards against them at Earl Dickinson in second half of season, wheeling away towards the away end, or would you sooner see him scoring for them at Anfield? I know what I'd sooner go for. I wouldn't. And people say he's too old. He's not that old, and I wouldn't have a problem having Gerard Bowen at Liverpool. I think he's a great player. He's underrated. He works hard. He wears his heart on his sleeve. And the one thing you can say about Gerard Bowen is you get 100% of him when he walks on that pitch, and that's what you need at Liverpool. Because the thing is, I said it all last season, and I'll say it again now, even though season's over. I honestly believe, right? I honestly believe 100% that last season the players down tools for Arne Slot. They'd had enough. He'd lost the dressing room. The players had had enough. That can't happen again. And probably the greatest player to ever play for our club, right? He's released a statement today. Sir Kenny Dalglish, right? And he's getting better and things are going well for him. So thank God. Best wishes to Kenny and his family from me and probably every single one of you who's watching this. Well, Kenny's come out and said today, there is no matter who you are, there's nobody who plays for this club is bigger and better than Liverpool Football Club. This is the best place to be and the best place to play your football. Now, if that's coming from the Sir Kenny Dalglish himself, says everything, doesn't it, really? Because I'll be honest with you, he's the greatest British player I've ever seen, without a shadow of a doubt. And the thing is, the biggest compliment I can tell you about Sir Kenny came from probably, most people say he's the probably best player ever playing in this country, Georgie Best. Georgie Best turned round and they asked him, said, who's the greatest player you've ever seen? And he turned around and he went, it's easy, Kenny Dalglish. He said, if I could do what Kenny did, I'd be a better player than what I am now. And if that's coming from Georgie Best, he says everything. But like Kenny said, it's the best place to play, best club to play for in the world, best place to be. But Liverpool have got to sign the right players, and they've got to stop dragging the feet now. Yeah, we've been stung and we're hurting now, but let's dust ourselves down. Go to PSG. Now, apparently PSG have not given the green light yet on him to leave. But you watch what happens as soon as PSG say, yes, you can go. to Barcola, because the reason he wants to leave is because he knows now with them signing Yandy Amandi, he's not going to get any game time. So what's his best option? He's got to leave. But let's be honest, guys. Bradley Barcola and Yandy Amandi, they're playing in Farmers Leagues. They're playing in the French League. They're playing in the Bundesliga. The two Farmers Leagues. They're not a patch on the Premier League. Why do you think Florian Wirtz has struggled last season? He's got to get used to it. It's not just, okay, fine. It's different. It's a different chime. It's a different sound. Nah, it's more physical. It's faster. And it takes time. They've got to acclimatise, living in a different country. Florian Wirtz is living on his own. He's on his own, living in Liverpool. His family are living in Germany. He's 22-year-old, just turned 23. He's living on his own in Liverpool. And you wonder why he's struggling. But people don't think about this. Fans don't think about it. Why? They don't care. All they want is a performance. Just do the business. Yeah. You know, I mean, I don't know if you knew this or not, and it's not transfer related, but I'll tell you this for free. The AXA training centre where the boys train. I don't know if you know this or not, but I'll tell you. Did you know that when the players are coming out in the cars, if they stop, the club fine them? They're not supposed to stop and sign autographs and have photos taken. They're supposed to come out and drive off. All that's been stopped. There you go. So they're treated like movie stars. Here's my question to you, and I've been a Liverpool fan all my life. Do you actually think that they care what we think? Do the players actually care about how we feel and how we think? Just think about it. Next time you're watching them, if you've not gone the game and you're watching them under away, and then they go to away and they start clapping, ask them, do they really care? Do they? Because they're on the coach, yeah, top class coach, everything, all mod cons and all the lot, right? You've got to get in your car or on your train or whatever, and you've got to travel back or on your coach. Do you think they bother how far you've travelled and how much you've spent? I don't think they do. I really don't. I don't think they give a rat's ass. Players don't. The multimillionaires. Why should they care what a normal bloke pays? That's just how I see it. I've worked for the club for 7 years as well. I've seen both sides of Liverpool as a fan and as an employee, and some stories would make your hair curl. I'm not going there now, but I tell you, you would cringe if you knew what I knew about Liverpool Football Club. You will absolutely cringe. But this is about transfers. Are you concerned or are you excited? I'm not panicking because I know we'll do the right thing and we'll get the players in. And as soon as we sign the next player, Yandy Amandi will be a thing of the past. They won't even bother about him. It'll be like Zubimendi when he signed for Arsenal. Oh, we're not bothered. You know, we've moved on, and that's what Liverpool should do. Because we are the best. Well, Liverpool FC. They've got the targets, they've got the data, they know who they want. This guy who we're after now, they've been tracking him before 2025. They wanted him last season, they couldn't get him. He's top priority now. Liverpool definitely want Barcola. So it's up to, and you know who, and we spoke about him tonight, it's up to Richard Hughes and Michael Edwards to stop faffing about and get it done. Ask PSG how much they want, and then speak to the guy's agent, speak to the young lad's agent, and say, right, okay, what personal terms does he want? How much is he on a week at PSG? Okay, I'm sure Liverpool can come to some arrangement with add-ons, and if he wins the Champions League and if he wins the Premier League, he'll get X, Y, Z in his pay packet. Of course, they get bonuses for winning trophies. What if they said to him, okay, if you score 20 goals for us next season, we'll give you an extra 50 grand. There you go. If that's not incentive, then what is? 50 grand for 20 goals. So there's ways and means of doing it. All Liverpool need to do is put the feelers out and find out if that young man is interested in coming to Liverpool. And here's another question for you guys. It's not related to Barcola. Just going back to Yann Diamande, who's the boss at Red Bull? Anybody know? Jurgen Klopp. So here's my question. Do you think Jurgen Klopp had anything to do with Yann Diamande not signing for Liverpool? Ex-Liverpool manager or not, I think he should be asked. Has anybody got the balls to ask him? Because I certainly would. I'd look Jurgen in the eye and say, right, Jurgen, as good as you were as a manager and as nice bloke as you were, and I've met Jurgen, did you have anything to do with this transfer collapsing on the 27th of June at 7:30 in the evening? Did you have anything to do with it? Don't be surprised if the answer was yes. Because Red Bull Leipzig do not want that fella to go anywhere. And Jurgen has bent over backwards trying to persuade him to stay. But young Diamande, he's adamant he's not signing a new contract. Now, he's come out and said he wants to win major trophies under Luis Enrique and he wants to win the Ballon d'Or. Can he not win that at Liverpool? Michael Owen did. Didn't he? I think Diamande could win it at Liverpool. But do you not think he's being selfish at 19-year-old? Now, he's thinking that now at 19-year-old. I want to win the Ballon d'Or. He's not the right player for Liverpool. I think we've dodged the bullet. Because somebody else who was on our books, who was a young boy, went to Real Madrid and said, I'll be the first right back to win the Ballon d'Or. Look how that's turned out. You know what I mean? So you've got to be you've got to be careful what you wish for. That's true. And I always say this, and I mean this sincerely. Everything happens for a reason. So there's a reason why Liverpool have not signed Yann Diamande. But nobody knows what that reason is yet. But I bet it all comes clear during the season. And what if he plays his first game for PSG and he gets injured and he's out for the rest of the year? Like Isak. When Mickey van der Ven tackled him for Spurs. He's another player we've been linked with. But I don't think Liverpool will entertain him. Not when a certain young defender who's just left Brighton for 52 million. Come on. Seriously, guys. This transfer window and this transfer market is getting ridiculous and it's getting crazy. But anyway, guys. So let me know what you think in the comments. Hit the like and subscribe button for me. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss anything at all. Because obviously we'll be back again tomorrow. Because things will be changing again overnight. Because there is an embargo, by the way. I don't know if you know this or not. But the press are not allowed to release anything until 10:30 at night. So from 10:30 onwards, my phone just goes bonkers. So it's crazy. Now I'm going to be up till probably 4 o'clock in the morning because I'm watching Holland at 2 o'clock. So I will be getting the latest transfer news in the early hours of the morning, making notes in it, ready for tomorrow. So if anything does drop, I've already got it. So you're not going to miss anything. I'm keeping on top of everything the best I can. I don't have anybody working behind me like all you other big channels do. It's just me, my laptop, and this is it. And I do the best I can. That's all I can do. And if it ain't good enough, I'm sorry. But I'm doing the best I can. But so when it breaks tonight, I'll write it down, I'll make a note of it, and then I'll do my research on it tomorrow so that when I do go live at 8 o'clock tomorrow night, I've got everything prepared and ready for you, and I can give you everything I found out from 10:30 tonight in the early hours of the morning, whatever it may be, and then all day tomorrow, and I'll get it right ready for you, and then we go again at 8 o'clock. This is what I'm doing every night. It's what I want to do for you guys out there. So all I'm asking you to do is one thing, and one thing only, nothing else. Like and subscribe, like this video, because it helps the channel, it helps the algorithm. Right, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, tell your family and your friends, anybody who supports Liverpool FC, tell them about it. I'm also on TikTok as well, so there's plenty of videos you can watch on there. So I'm on my TikTok. I'm on X as well, at myTM. So I'm on there as well. So you can either follow me on here or follow me on all three. That'd be even better. And don't forget, guys, like I've said to you, if we can reach 1,000 subscribers by pre-season, right? I'll just pick one out for example. Just an example, right? See, just one of them. It's a player version, right? It's not a copy. It's all original, right? It's got verse on the back. So one of my collection could be winging its way to one of the subscribers on the proviso that we get to 1,000. If we don't, it ain't going to happen. But I've got some absolute beauties. I really, really have. Some of them are signed. And if you don't believe me, the next time he's on, Alred, my friend, the guy from Norway, I sent him a shirt out to my collection. He didn't know. I just asked him for his address, and I sent him this shirt out to my collection. It was a yellow Reebok one, but it was signed by Karl-Heinz Riedler. Now, he didn't know until he got it, and he opened it. He's now got it framed in his house now, and he just rang me up and he went, "What have you done that for?" And I just went, "Well, we got on so well. You're more a brother than a friend, and it was just my way of saying thank you." And that was it. And that's the type of guy I am. So if you can help my channel grow, that's what's coming your way. One out of my own personal collection with my heartfelt thanks and everything else. So I'm going to wrap it up for tonight there, guys, because obviously I've got a lot of research to do for you for tomorrow, because you want to know what the latest news is. And the football world never stops turning. The transfer window never stops moving, and the wheels are constantly turning because it's different timescales in different parts of the world. So whatever's breaking with Liverpool, let me know. And also, guys, I don't know if you know this or not, but Liverpool are releasing it every day. I've been following it. I actually filled the survey in the top 100 players of Liverpool Football Club, and I think they're on number 12 now. Luis Suarez was number 13. I don't know who number 12 is yet, but my hero behind me, Emlyn, he's dropped 7 places. He's number 17 now in the top 100, so I'm devastated about that. But anyway, guys, that's it from me, from Aldo from All Red TV. Thank you for watching me tonight. I've enjoyed every moment of it. It's gone too quick. It always does, because I could talk about Liverpool forever and a day. Let me know in the comments on your thoughts about the guys who I mentioned in the stream about transfer-wise. Camavinga, Ryan, Barcola, obviously. I don't know, we have a message. Let me know what you think and who we should sign. And Tom, hello. I would say no to Barcola. It would only strengthen PSG to get Yandy Amandi, and Barcola don't want Liverpool. He just wants to play regular football, and he could do that in any team. That's a fair point. He could do that in any team. But here's my question to you then, Tom. What if signing Barcola helps Liverpool win the league? Is that money not well spent? I reckon it would be. Put it another thing on Barcola, right? Because everything comes down to money, don't it, guys? Right? So okay then. Now this is bonkers. This I'm going to tell you this for a fact, right? This is bonkers, right? When Liverpool release the new kit this season for what they're going to learn next year, right? In the first 24 hours, right? They sold 138,000 more Salah shirts with their name and number on the back, right? They made over £15 million, right, in the first 24 hours on more Salah shirts. And he's not at the club next year. So, in relation to the question from Tom there, when he says no to Barcola, how many Liverpool fans would buy a shirt and have Barcola on the back? Just think about that. And your cheapest one starts at 90 quid. That's your stadium version. If you want the player version, the one I've just shown you, the Florian Wirtz one, you're talking 130 quid. Now, that's just for the shirt. If you want the name and number on the back, you're talking 150 quid. Right? Now, I know all these things because I'm a shirt collector, right? Now, so look at it that way, right? So you sign Barcola. Imagine if everybody goes and buys a player version and has the name and number on the back at 150 quid a pop. How much do you think they'd make? Nothing to be scoffed at, is it? I think if that was your bank manager, I think you'd be pretty happy. You'd be getting a cup of coffee next time you went in your bank. That's for sure. But anyway, guys, honestly, I really do love doing this for you. It makes me day because I can't wait to get up in the morning, come in here and start my research and find and write everything down and then start organising everything. And then it gets to 5 to 8 and here we go, get ready. And then we go again. I've done an hour tonight. It's supposed to only be 30 minutes. So, see what I mean? So, but no, thank you very much, guys. I appreciate every single one of you because there's one thing for sure. Once a red, always a red. And you never walk alone. And when you're part of the Anfield community, right, when you're part of All Red TV, right, it's an honour and a privilege to welcome you in. And when you're part of this family, you're a member for life. Simple as. And the thing is, what's it cost you? It'll cost you anything, has it? Just like and subscribe. That's better than like saying like and subscribe. Hitting the like and subscribe and the notification bell is your way of saying thank you to me. So this is my way of saying thank you to you. Was it? Oh, he sent another one here. That's how I say. Okay. Right. Okay. So he's saying he'd get Ryan from Bournemouth. Yeah, 230 million release clause. Okay. Doesn't come into effect until January 2027. Fair enough, Tom. So you could get him cheaper. Now maybe about £90 million roughly. Okay. So the question I put out there and asked you guys was, who would your number choice be? Right. And you've told me, Ryan, fair point. I'm going to reply to you. Right. It's a fair point. And I'm not disagreeing with you because everybody's got their own opinion. And everybody's opinion is valid. Doesn't matter, there's nobody's right or nobody's wrong. So everybody's got an opinion and every opinion is different. That's what makes it so interesting. That's what makes it so exciting. Because I think when the lads are on stream here, oh, crikey. They argue, honestly, we argue like cat and dog. And I take loads of stick. Why? Because I'm bald. They call me the bald fraud now. Right? I get abuse because of my accent, because I'm not a Scouser. Does it matter where I come from? No. I've been a Liverpool fan all my life. I've worked for the club. Not many folk can say that. My late godfather, God bless him, played for Manchester City in England, Francis Lee. And he never forgave me for following Liverpool because I spent all my childhood from 6 to 13 at his house every Sunday. And then when I was 13-year-old, my dad bought me my season ticket for Liverpool. And I've been all over the world watching the Reds. So those who say great Scouse accent, yeah, No problem. I'd sooner talk like this than be a mank, but you can't have everything, can you? So from me, from Aldo, and the reason it's called All Red TV is because that's the family surname. Yeah, and my nickname with my mates was Aldo, so and that's why I say from Aldo. So for myself, thank you very, very much for tonight. You've been absolute diamonds, every single one of you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one, which will be tomorrow night, 8 o'clock. So the work doesn't stop for me because it'll be going on all night. Have a great evening, whatever you're doing, and I'll see you on the next one. Remember, once a red, always a red. You'll never walk alone. Take care and look after each other, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now, guys.